cattlemen, I know, have trouble getting away for 2.5 days, but it'll probably be the most educational opportunities they'll have, and jam-packed in a 2.5-day period with over 30 speakers there.
All right. Now, things are kind of separated between Mitchell and Gering. Explain how that works.
Well, the talks will be all at the event center as well as the commercial booth space. I believe there's about 70, 75 commercial booth space that'll be at the Mitchell Event Center, and all the presentations will be there. But one of the highlights of the symposium has always been what we call the bullpen sessions, or just open discussions where the resource people, the speakers, 3 or 4 in a given area will be in a room, and it's just an open format, and that's repeatedly rated very high. Excuse me. And that'll be at the event center as well as an optional evening meal. No, excuse me. That'll be at the convention center in Gering as well as an optional meal over there.
All right, so that sounds pretty good. Now, you mentioned there's a lot of vendors here. I would imagine a number of the ranchers around here could really take advantage of that, talk to vendors, find out maybe if they need to switch a few things as far as their operation is concerned, right?
That's true. The event, oftentimes the vendors will have some products or some concepts, some ideas that they release here at the Range Cow Symposium. New vaccines, new products, new thoughts and ideas, and those people are a real valuable part of the symposium, valuable part of our industry as they bring new products and new ideas, and there'll be a large number of those exhibiting there.
All right. Now, you would expect there would not just be ranchers from this area, but ranchers, say, from Colorado coming in, Wyoming, South Dakota, just all around the region, right?
That's true. We last time it was here, which was 8 years ago, I believe we had 11 states represented, and some Canadians came down to the symposium. It's starting to get, or has had, a strong regional attendance, and of course the cooperating states will be the most producers, but we have a large contingent of Montana ranchers that come down as well, and a few come across from Utah. So, and it's, of course, hopefully really applicable and really excellent for our ranchers here in your listening area.
Yeah, no question about it. Can people still register for things? Do they need to do that?
They can register at the door. The registration's a little higher than it would have been at pre-registering, and but they can register at the door without any problem and be more than welcome.
So how much is the cost to register?
For the 2 meals, the proceedings and all the presentations is $125 at the door, and there's all students are much less, half that price. There's all kind of one-day passes and those type things. But for the full 2.5 days with the 2 meals, the bullpen sessions and everything, that's $125.
Okay. Can they still do that online there at rangebeefcow.com? Can they still do that?
No, they just as well, starting tomorrow, come to the door. I believe that I think it's probably more efficient to just do it at the door.
Okay. All right. Just real quick, what's the state of the cattle industry right now? It's isn't it pretty good at the moment?
Well, it's really excellent, especially for the seller. The feedlot operators have to be concerned right now, but the industry is in excellent shape. We've seen, and of course you know the drought situation in the Southwest, and that's terrible. But our costs are so much higher now, Kevin, than it was a few years ago, that even though there's really high prices for the seller, the profitability still continues to be a challenge because the input costs continue to go higher. But there's a lot of optimism in the industry, and should be. Exports are near a record high now. After BSE, we recovered very well. The consumers continuing to enjoy beef. We're seeing other into more higher quality beef. Some of the retailers, Walmart specifically, moving into higher quality beef offerings, and so it's an exciting time to be in the beef industry. And cow numbers are down a little bit, partly because of the drought, but partly because of what we've gone through. So there's some real opportunities in the cattle industry, I think, at this point.
Yeah, and I think the industry is marketing itself, quite a bit better. Those checkoff dollars, I think, are working.
I don't think there's hardly anyone that's got a good pulse that doesn't recognize beef. It's what's for dinner, and that was a very successful media blast that really got. But I'm a little biased, but beef is a high-quality product that's enjoyed by people, and it's just something that the consumers have said we're willing to pay for.
Yep, no question about it, and especially Nebraska beef, I think people recognize, don't they?
They certainly do, and it's interesting to me that the quality aspects of beef has continued to increase a little bit, and the consumers have really appreciated that, and we do the best. Well, I'm a little biased again, but we're one of the best anyway, if not the best in the nation as far as finishing cattle to high quality. We start with some real high quality feeder cattle. We have some of the best ranchers in the country here into the north and west of us, and they have to be, because that's their full-time job, their full-time commitment. So they produce extremely high-quality feeder cattle, and then we bring them into Nebraska with excellent quality feeding opportunities here. Environment's good. Most of the time, feed grains are relatively inexpensive here compared to the Southwest, other parts of the country, and the lot of alcohol distillation here, and we get the use of the byproducts there in cattle feeding. So we produce a very high quality product and harvest a lot of those cattle right here in the state also.
All right, Ivan. Well, thanks for coming on at relatively short notice here. Again, the Range Beef Cow Symposium, November 29th through December 1st over at Mitchell, and also in Gearing. And as Ivan said, you can simply register at the door for the entire thing, or there are some one-day passes that are available. You can take advantage of that. Thanks again, Ivan. Appreciate it very much.
Thank you, Kevin, and appreciate all you do for the industry.
You bet.